has the rest of the report.
Sir Ajingo, who embarked on an inspection tour of all council projects, directed the Director of Works, Mrs. Rosemary Roberts, to compile a comprehensive list of projects and send the same to his office. He expressed concern about the inconsistent electricity supply and pledged to restore power to the LGA. The administrator urged the staff to be hardworking, warning against absenteeism.
We have all gone around together. We need a lot of work to do because the workers were accommodated to do their work. You must also know that you must earn your wage. How do you earn your wage? By working for it. You cannot sit at home and expect to be paid. So they must come, sign the attendance register, confirm that they are, whatever work the principal officers have to give to them, they will do before they go. But we are going to make sure we provide some comfortable places for them to sit down.
Sir Ajingo also promised regular payment of salaries, describing local government administration as closest to the people.
The workers here must see some difference. I have been part of it. I know what their problems are. I don't need to begin to ask you. I know what it means. I know that the only motivations workers need, pay their salaries and pay their entitlements. Pay what is due them. And that we shall ensure we shall do without hesitations. All committees stand dissolved.
Mrs. Inume Raymond, head of local government administration, welcomed Ajingo and described him as one of their own. Mrs. Raymond assured him of the staff's support to enable him succeed.
For bringing our own, an elder statesman of the system, you know that sure there will be good governance because he is part of us.
Buka Umeda, Rstv News.
Ambassadors Manasseh Ejim and Henry Eluwa are now peace ambassadors decorated by the International Association of World Peace Advocates River State Chapter in Port Harcourt. Gaspar Anili covered the event and filed in this report.
Performing the induction and decoration of new members, Director, International Association of World Peace Advocates River State Chapter, Ambassador Juliet Wokocha, explained that the association is bent in building peace across the world and advocating for its widespread acknowledgement to enhance societal progress. She reviewed some rules and importance of membership, which includes ensuring that everyone is sensitized on the need of enthroning lasting peace and development, noting that development cannot thrive in an atmosphere of rancor and acrimony. Ambassador Wokocha charged the new members to preach peace anywhere they find themselves in order to woo others into the association and promote peace in society.
Upon this appointment, they are now charged to go into their community, into the society at large. As peace advocates, they should ensure that everything they do, there's peace as the bottom line. When people see what they do as eminent peace ambassadors, they will have no choice than to join. And then they should also offer humanitarian endeavors to support the community and the government at large.
Ambassador Patricia Nwankwo, who is also a medical doctor, said she is determined to advocate for peace and training of youth in peace building to better the society. She assured us supporting the youth with her time, energy, and skill to raise awareness on the needs for peace advocacy.
As a United Nations diplomat, I advise the public to join this association. I encourage them to be part of it because they will not regret it. It is quite a humanitarian sector where we deliver peace and also equity.
The new members were elected to build peace in the world.
By nature, I am a peacemaker. I've tried as much as possible to involve in a lot of conflict resolutions, making sure that there is peace, especially from the grassroots. And having been inducted and decorated into this association, I pledge my full support to come all out to support and to ensure that there is relative peace in my community, in my society, and my environment.
To whom much is given, much is expected. So now that we have been inducted, we're also going to carry the campaign beyond our localities, wherever duty may call us, to engage in humanitarian activities to help the less privileged and also promote world peace.
God's Power Anele, Rstv News.
Away from that, the maiden edition of Red Carpet's Rebel reality show to display inherent talents in the youth and upcoming stars in River State has been held to enable them access the movie and entertainment industry. The Talent Hunt reality show put together by Green Light 07 Productions held in River State. Melvin Jackson reports that a celebrity guest and veteran Nollywood superstar Gentle Jack was on hand to spike housemates who were drawn from the 23 local government areas of River State. The report.
Addressing housemates on the way forward, the Nollywood superstar and celebrity guest narrated his way to stardom and charged them to put in their best as the show will catapult them to higher grounds. The Nollywood superstar said that the industry is such a huge body that can accommodate as many people as possible, especially upcoming stars who want to make entertainment a lifetime venture. Jack added that the movie and entertainment industry makes accessible avenues for young stars to showcase their talents for generational revolution for the survival of the industry.
I'm so excited because this is my own state, and when my sister contacted me, I felt okay, anything that comes from this state, Port Harcourt, River State, I'm going to be out here, to make sure I give my 100%. And I had to break the chain of the production. It's against our ethics, but I had to do it for her to be here, and I'm very glad. We are going to be having so many editions coming up. It's not going to be the first, it's not going to be the last. I told them, you understand me? And from here, you see a lot of stars bringing out from River State.
Gentle Jack posited that passion drives actors and actresses to perform beyond expectations, as according to him, if they must make it in the industry, they must be clever enough, creative, patient, and tolerant to be able to connect with one another in the house, considering their backgrounds and lifestyle.
The most important thing here is the consistency. You have to be very serious, because when I got into this profession, this journey, there was seriousness. The first thing is the passion. The drive has to be there. It made me, I got good bonds as well, because, I had to give the credit to my friend, Masune Taya. Whenever questions like this, pop up, I usually give him the credit, because he actually, gingered me, say, Chaco, but come on, we'll go for this audition, and all that, and the rest is history.
The legendary actor who responded to questions from the housemates said that the reality show is a cunning, slimy, and funny game, but is capable of taking them to the highest of heights.
You're going to be a star. You have to come and showcase yourself here at reality TV, and at the end of the day, nobody is a loser, everybody is a winner. For the fact that you are here, you are a winner already, because this production is going to take care of these people here. Everybody's going to be carried along, so nobody should feel he's a loser already, you understand me? But be very focused, be very accommodative, be very patient with your other housemates, so that your days in the house will be longer.
The housemates who were excited at seeing the Nollywood shared at him. Melvin Jackson, Rstv News.
Bola Tinubu has strongly condemned the violence in Plateau State, urging the state's leadership to find a lasting solution to persistent communal conflicts. This comes after at least 51 people were again killed by gunmen, with scores injured in the early hours of Monday in the Zike and Kakpa communities in Basa local government area of the north-central state, 2 weeks after deadly clashes in another part of the state left several people dead. Tinubu expressed profound sorrow over the bloodshed and extended his condolences to Governor Caleb Mutfwang the state government and the people of Plateau. The president argued that the ongoing violence between communities in Plateau State, rooted in misunderstanding between different ethnic and religious groups, must cease, and called on the government to demonstrate political resolve in addressing the underlying communal issues, fueling violence and establishing enduring peace. He emphasized the importance of fostering unity and harmony across ethnic and religious lines, and appealed to community, spiritual, political leaders, both within and outside Plateau State, to work together to halt the cycle of retaliatory attacks devastating affected communities. President Tinubu reiterated the federal government's commitments to supporting the Plateau State government in fostering dialogue, social cohesion, and accountability, crucial steps towards permanently resolving the conflict. Last week, the National Emergency Management Agency said gunmen had killed at least 52 people and displaced nearly 2,000 others over several days of attacks in Plateau, which has had a history of violence between farmers and cattle herders. The cause of the attack was not immediately known. The Minister of Power has pledged to address 4 trillion naira electricity debt owed by generation companies, which saw the electricity distribution companies threatening a shutdown on Monday. The special advisor to the Power Minister, Bolaji Tunji, said the government is aware of the development and is making frantic efforts to resolve the lingering issue, stressing that as part of the steps taken by the government, the Ministry of Finance will take charge of the payments soon. The media aide said part of the debts are legacy debts which were on the ground before the minister assumed office. A nationwide blackout is imminent as the 23 power generation companies warned that they can no longer guarantee a steady electricity supply due to the worsening liquidity crisis in the electricity market, with outstanding debts now exceeding 4 trillion naira, comprising 2 trillion for power supplied in 2024 and 1.9 trillion in legacy debts. The firms, under the aegis of Association of Power Generation Companies, raised the alarm in a statement issued on Monday and signed by the chairman of the Board of Trustees, Colonel Sani Bello, retired. They said the debt burden and operational constraints currently facing the company could force an imminent shutdown of power plants if urgent interventions were not implemented. You're watching news coming from Rstv Television. Do you love and care about Rivers State and her peace? Let's build and take her to greater heights. It is a task we must accomplish. Coming up on the news, Ghanaian authorities read riot act to gold traders, foreign gold traders. And in sports, Nigeria adopts World Boxing weight categories for 22nd National Sports Festival. Details of these and other reports are coming if you keep us company when we return after the break. Stay with us.
Whenever I call you, I did not call myself. I didn't even want to be a pastor, because you want to be a pastor, you go to theology school. I did not go to theology school. I didn't want to be a pastor. I wanted to travel to America, but God said, I have deposited something in you that will save so many nations. If I did not take this call, look at all those women delivering free in OPM hospital. What will be their fate? If I don't take this call, all the children in the 14 free school that are going to school now, what will be their fate? How will they go to school? How will their life be? If I did not take this call, tell me, all these boys, all these girls, prostitutes pick from the street and rehabilitate. Many of them are getting married and their husband's house. All these cultists, armed robbers, now rehabilitate them. They are no longer going to armed robbery. What to be their fate? You know what God is doing in Rivers State through OPM? Bringing these people, changing their mindset. Armed robbers, killers, kidnappers. Many of them are pastors now. Many of them are working in oil companies. Many of them are doing legitimate things. They are no longer doing violent things. This is the reason why God is happy with OPM. OPM go after the unreached. Those people that churches find it difficult to reach, OPM go to reach them. If I did not take this call, tell me, how will their life be?
OPM, Dr. Jesus in action. Dr. Jesus in action. God is here.
All about it. All about it. Chocolate. It has great taste. If they ahead. Full of
Hi. You don't know when you have bacteria breath, and bacteria may be the cause of it. Don't let bacteria breath get all the attention. Use Close-Up with antibacterial zinc. Close-Up helps get rid of bacteria breath.
If they ahead.
Full of nourishment and vitality. Is good for me, good for you.
This is Rstv World News. We bring you world-class news, accurate, first-hand, entertaining, balanced analysis. Rstv, Channel 22 Port Harcourt.
Welcome back to more reports. The Association of Local Governments of Nigeria has accused the Office of the Attorney General of the Federation of frustrating the implementation of local government autonomy despite a Supreme Court ruling in favor of direct funding for all 774 local councils. Speaking ahead of a Federal High Court ruling or hearing in Abuja on Tuesday, Algon's Secretary General Muhammad Abubakar said the AGF's directive for the Central Bank of Nigeria to open uniform accounts for all local governments undermines the spirit of the court's decision. Algon had taken a legal action against the AGF and several other federal institutions seeking full inclusion of local governments in the Federation Council Location Committee and the rights to independently manage their funds. The Supreme Court ruled on 11 July 2024 that local government locations should be paid directly to their accounts, granting them full financial autonomy. Implementation has been stalled. The CBN reportedly demanded that each council provided 2 years of audited financial reports before accounts could be opened, a requirement Algon says was not part of the ruling. To foreign matters now, the Ghanaian authorities has banned all foreigners from trading in its local gold market as part of efforts to boost national revenue and streamline the country's mining sector. It follows the enactment of a new law. Said, and I quote, all foreigners are hereby notified to exit the local gold trading market no later than 30th April 2025, unquote. Ghana is Africa's largest gold producer and the 6th largest in the world, but it is struggling to address widespread illegal gold mining, locally called galamsey. The mineral-rich West African country has been facing harsh economic times with a high cost of living. It is the world's 2nd largest cocoa producer, but sees little of the profits from chocolate. Now talking another foreign report, vehicles were set alight outside several French prisons and one jail was hit by gunfire by an automatic weapon in a wave of overnight attacks. Justice Minister Gerald Daramnin said the jails had faced intimidation attempts and linked the attacks to the government's crackdown on drug trafficking. 7 establishments were targeted according to the Parisian newspaper in Toulon, Aix-Provence, Marseille, Valence, and Nîmes in southern France, and in Villepinte and Nanterre near Paris. In a post on X, Daramin said he was traveling to support affected officers at the prison in Toulon, which was targeted with gunfire. Directly attributing blame for the attacks, he said the French government was facing up to the problem of drug trafficking and taking measures that would profoundly disrupt criminal networks. He added that he had instructed the police to immediately strengthen security at prison facilities. The prison guard union, FO Justice, expressed its deepest concern and anger following the extremely serious attacks overnight posting updates from the aftermath of several attacks on X, including images of the burnt vehicles in prison car parks and bullet holes in the Toulon prison entrance gate. The union called for urgent government action to protect prison staff. France's National Anti-Terrorism Prosecutor's Office said it is investigating. Now in sports, Nigeria's Boxing Federation has announced the adoption of the newly approved World Boxing weight categories for the forthcoming 22nd National Sports Festival, scheduled to hold in Abeokuta, the Ogun State capital. In a competition advisory issued to all concerned stakeholders, the Federation clarified that as an affiliate of the IOC-recognized World Boxing, it is bound by the statutes and regulations of the International Federation. The clarification comes after several state coaches expressed confusion over which weight categories would be used for the sports festival after presenting the two differing categories sent to Secretary General Olalekun Fasesin. According to the new weight categories that have been implemented from the 1st of January 2025, the men's division will feature 10 categories ranging from flyweight to super heavyweight, while the women's division will also have 10 categories from flyweight to heavyweight. The Federation further instructed all participating states to obtain their new blue cards from the Secretariat in preparation for the sports festival. Again, Nigeria's under-17 girls, Flamingos, have stepped up preparations for this weekend's FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup final qualifying round first leg clash with their counterparts from Algeria, scheduled for the Remo Stars Stadium in Ikene, Remo. The 2022 World Cup bronze medalists, under the watchful eyes of head coach Bankole Oluwokere and his assistants, have remained in camp at the Stella Remo Star Sports Institute since the demolition of South Africa's Botswana over 2 legs last month. The Algerian girls will land in Lagos on Wednesday evening, while the match officials are expected to arrive in Nigeria on Thursday. Both teams will battle things out in the return leg at the Stade Mustafa Chaka in Blinda, outside Algiers, on Friday, the 25th of April, with the winner on aggregate qualifying for the FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup finals. This year's FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup will be hosted by Morocco from the 17th of October to 8th November, with Africa to present 5 teams at the finals, which has been expanded to a 24-nation championship. That's it for tonight, but before we take our leave, let's leave you with this question. Do you love and care about River State and her peace? Let's build and take her to greater heights. It is a task we must accomplish. Now to end the news, another look at some of the major reports. President Bola Tinubu has strongly condemned the violence in Plateau State and urged the state government's leadership to find a lasting solution to the persistent communal conflicts. We had also reported that the Minister of Power has pledged to address the 4 trillion naira electricity debt owed the generation companies, which saw the electricity distribution companies threatening to shut down on Monday. That's it from the newsroom. Thanks for being a part of it. Good night.